Hi, Professor.
Hello. Let's see. Hello, Kakan.
It is so nice to have people waiting in here when we arrive.
I know, isn't that weird?
It is very strange. How was your week?
Busy.
Sorry. Turn volume down. Okay.
I seem to have gotten over what was left of my long COVID that I still had.
That's wonderful.
It's like half of my brain is thinking, is it because I've lost all the weight? And I'm like, no, there's an underlying like motivation now that wasn't there before.
That's great.
It's weird.
That's really excellent. I'm so glad to hear that.
Me too. And to think, it's like I'm gonna try to go back and at least stimulate my brain to try to remember what I went through when I went through it. I mean, it was literally, was it yesterday driving into the, no, day before yesterday driving into the org when I was like excited like you'd be in high school going somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah. And it was like, what the hell?
That's nice.
So yeah, it's like now I feel sorry for Papa Cat because now it's going to be move this, do that. Because
Must be
we've also
nice
been
feeling.
living in the found this out like last year that we went from 900 square feet to 2,300 square feet, but all of our stuff that isn't unpacked is literally in the 900 square feet.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's like expanding and emptying the boxes and really going through stuff now.
good.
Mhm. How about you? How's your week been?
Nothing happened this week. It was uneventful on
That's
my
good
end.
though, right?
Yeah. No, graduation went graduation went well. I just had family over after graduation and we had a little late hors d'oeuvre something or another and hung out for a few hours and then mom has friends in Seattle.
Okay. That's where mom is.
So, yeah, childhood friend in Seattle. So she was planning to take the train up on Friday and on Monday and come back Friday, but was too tired on Monday.
Okay.
Exactly, Scooter Mom.
Hi, Scooter Mom.
Um, so I told her I'd take her halfway on Tuesday
Oh,
if
so
her
that's
friend
what
would
the
drive. Yeah. So that's
and
what Tuesday was.
I
Yes.
was wondering, I didn't catch the whole thing why number 4 was driving.
Number 4 was driving because number 4 needs hours on the road behind the wheel in
Because
order
they
to
can't
get their
go
license.
and they can't go straight.
They are having trouble tracking a straight line. This is
Nice way of
true.
putting it.
There is a drift to the right, which is terrifying. Terrifying. Especially when you're in the middle lane passing a semi.
Ooh.
Because
Ooh.
the turbulence pulls you in
Mm-hmm.
and she's already drifting. Yeah, it's not. It let's just say I drove home. I drove home.
At least you didn't have to grab the wheel.
No,
Why would you take her out then?
I didn't grab the wheel. I didn't want to fight her for the wheel. Look
Right.
at that.
She was supposedly in the bedroom. Why'd you take her out of the bedroom?
She was on her way down.
Oh, okay. She was on. Oh, Super Bowl's out now too. He loves to flash the kids. So since we're working on making them pets and not roommates.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so cute. I can see the delay.
You can see the delay?
Yeah, because I have it up on the big screen up here, so I can see what's going
Oh,
on.
so I made a
So
list.
good. I only had like 3 or 4 because I wasn't constant. This morning was Scientology, and then this evening, but it took me an hour and a half to get home today.
Oh my goodness.
I think San Francisco's run out of budget for the crossing guards. That's what I call them. The ones
The
who,
after school crossing guards?
well, they do it
Yeah.
for traffic too. And
Oh,
they weren't there today. So something was up. Usually they're always there Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and they weren't there today. So I've been feeling that something's up with their budget.
they could have been off because of Juneteenth. Do you think?
Well, it was a federal holiday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God, then yes. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, oh, I don't want to. I
Yeah.
didn't not want to have to deal with that in the real world.
No, they could have been off because Juneteenth.
Didn't even. Remember when you
It's
used to go to the bank all the
Juneteenth.
time?
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, yes. But it's like, remember when you used to go to the bank and the post office and you know it was a federal holiday because you'd be going up there and they'd be closed?
Well, we drove by the post office today and I was like, why is it empty? It didn't connect to me either. That, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Juneteenth.
Even my dad was like, he was going to do something today and he's like, oh, it's Juneteenth. I got to do it another day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, completely right over my head. Okay, so you first, since you probably have the bigger list.
So the kidlets have come up with a new way to protest ICE.
How?
They're protesting on Roblox.
They're protesting on what?
On Roblox? Do you know what Roblox is? It's
No.
an online sandbox game. Hi, good vibes. It's good to see you. Where kids go and they can build things. It's like Minecraft, sort of.
Oh.
So they are protesting ICE on Roblox.
That is very cute.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought
And
so.
the nails, which are Dodger Blue, which is illegal in San Francisco,
Did you
are
plan that in honor of the Dodgers? Good for you.
I saw it before I left to go get my nails done, and Dodger Stadium blocked ICE from getting in there and raiding it. And they still had their baseball game and everything. And it was just like, F you. And I went, you know what? Perfect reason to have Dodger Blue.
Good.
So, and I was saying that I could stack my protesting, Scientology and ICE. So,
Yes, you totally could.
mm-hmm.
You totally could.
Didn't even think about it until my nails were almost done. I was like, oh, ooh.
They took some. ICE has been busy in Portland. They took some folks off a city street in downtown Portland today who had been in the courthouse for some hearing. And they've also snatched a man who has a winery who's won numerous awards in the Willamette Valley.
There was, I think it was on Mokler's YouTube about two children who were in the military, two brothers, escorted their mother to immigration. So yeah. So she got out. I guess they weren't going to mess with the military. So that's a good thing. But he also showed one where it's like Afghani was going in for his usual stuff for immigration, and they took him. Didn't know his name. Didn't, nothing. Just, as Papa Cat said, what, walking while brown now or something? And he was an Afghani interpreter, so that means he was guaranteed safe passage in the United States. So yeah, this guy who was probably just going through the system because it takes about 7 years to become a citizen, got snatched. I'm thinking because Scientology is a block away from immigration.
Oh.
I'm wondering what immigration building that is. And Scientology may be off the hook for a little while. Because I know that they got blocked somewhere in the Mission, which is the Latino district. I haven't seen them personally, but I've been home for 9 weeks. So I haven't seen anybody in action, but did realize that it's an immigration building. And I should have realized when there was nobody around it today that it was a federal holiday. Because
Yeah.
usually there's a line, but I have a feeling it usually has a line every day. I have a feeling that line's going to get smaller because if you do it the right way, you're getting snatched.
You're getting snatched, right? People are going to go into hiding.
Yeah, they're not
Your
taking
mom wants to know if you checked your email.
No, not yet. I got home, fed the girls, ate, and then came up here.
And came up here. You got eating done. I didn't get eating done. I got home, put my makeup on, listened to Jon Stewart a little bit.
I was listening to all my boys while I was eating my tortilla with London broil and that's the roast beef and Alpine Lace.
Oh, that sounds nice.
That would be normal everyday growing up food, that's for sure.
My girlfriend couldn't make it on Sunday, so she sent me some chocolate covered strawberries. She sent me a few things on Grubhub. So today she texted me and said, "Enjoy your food." She ordered out for herself today and forgot to correct the address.
What did you have?
We had a caprese sandwich. We had tomato blood orange soup.
Ooh, that sounds good.
We had a cheeseburger and garlic fries and a BLT and a smoked salmon salad.
So she basically ordered for her friends, you.
She ordered for the family, I think. But it came to us, yes.
Who was it delivered by?
Grubhub.
No, I mean, what was the restaurant?
Elephants? Do you know Elephants?
No.
Yeah. It's a deli.
The blood orange tomato soup sounds bizarrely awesome. Who had it?
It's still in the fridge. It came cold.
Ah. Ooh, was it meant to, that means it was supposed to be cold.
I don't know if it's supposed to be cold or not.
You could text your friend and ask.
Yes, I should text her and ask.
It's like you poke your friends. Hey, that order that came to me. What am I supposed to warm this up?
So while we're on the subject of ice, you know what's happening, don't you?
What now?
They're attacking all these people. They're snatching all these people off the streets with masks on and no ID and not telling people who they are.
What? You can't.
No, you can't, but that's what they're doing. So you know what we've got?
What?
We've got bad actors mimicking that they're ICE agents.
That's what I mean. You can't do that because you're going to have all the people that you're supposed to be picking up that are Americans, rapists and, murderers and everything like that, because you can get your outfit on Etsy.
I mean, didn't we already have Saturday morning the whole kit and caboodle of the person pretending to be a cop to gain entrance? And now we've got people pretending to be ICE agents.
And that was the thing, is like somebody said when they first started going to LA was that you can get that outfit on Etsy, literally.
Yes.
And Los Angeles started, I think it was Thursday of last week, when they actually started having like the real where they were from, because they were all black, and they had IHS on it, so somebody put patches on them finally, because I guess if they finally did it, that means somebody was doing bad things and got caught.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, they wouldn't have done anything otherwise. They would have just let it go.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. It's like maybe streets should look that up, or LA audit, and see if there was somebody who got caught impersonating in a bad situation. Since it's LA.
They've already seen it. Bad actors impersonating ICE agents. I don't know where. I'll have to check. Let me check.
I was gonna say, kids are kids. They should be the ones running around pulling the masks off of ICE agents. Because they move fast, they could do it, and then they could run away. If I was that age, I'd be doing it. No problem.
Yeah. Well, then, you get like Palestinian kid throwing rocks at the IDF.
I wouldn't be throwing rocks. I'd probably be putting oil on the ground.
Man wearing a tactical vest labeled security enforcement agent posed as an ICE officer to enter a car repair shop, zip-tied a woman, and stole $1,000. The
Okay, well,
business owner reported that he was told he is an immigration officer. Yeah.
well, it's a good reason to fight back. If people like us fight back now, we can say, well, I thought they were fake.
Exactly.
They had no identification and didn't show me. So if you ask me, it's a stand your ground sort of thing.
That's the danger. That's absolutely the danger.
Mm-hmm.
Is stand your ground situations.
And they haven't had to have any of those. You have more than one, and those ICE agents are either going to stop or they're going to start showing IDs.
They're going to start, well, no, or they're going to do the third thing, which is just start firing, and we'll have civilians and ICE officers firing at each other.
I don't think it would go there. I honestly think sometimes that the ICE agents just want a reason never to to stop doing it.
I don't know.
The one I saw with the Afghani guy, they did not look amused. They just look like, oh God, I've got to do this again. You know what I mean?
Yes, Professor, we're going to get to him.
But yeah, we saw that one. How could we miss that one?
I grew up in Minnesota. My mom's from Minnesota. She's here visiting. She lives in a town bordering the towns where it happened.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
who hasn't said anything to Waltz yet? Because he's a loser and he sucks
He's
as
a
a governor.
loser. Yeah.
And that's probably a direct quote from him that he doesn't going to,
I
because
think
he's a
that's what
loser.
he actually said.
Yeah, yeah, on Air Force One. I'm not going to call him. He's a loser and he's an awful governor um and whatever. And it's like one who was killed was actually a personal friend of his too.
I know. Well, she was a lion.
Huh.
She was amazing.
He kicked ass and took names totally.
Yes.
And she blocked her daughter. She threw herself in front of the
This is
fire.
the one who survived. This is the woman who survived. The
No,
mother who survived.
I thought it was the one who was killed that threw herself in front of her daughter.
Mm-mm.
The one who survived. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one who was killed, their children weren't in the house.
Oh, thank God.
Their dog was killed, though.
I know. I was gonna mention it, but it's like,
Yeah.
I know. It's like those poor kids are gonna come back or have to build a life, and they don't even have their pet on top of it. And you know how it is with kids. It's like if somebody would have shot my dog when I was 11 years old, I had lost my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy is a real piece of work.
They were trying to blame us for it. They were trying
Yeah,
to
I
put him
know.
on us. It's like, who the hell would? I don't
I
think
listened to the federal cop, the federal police. They're like, we really don't know what his politics are. And I'm like, if this guy was brown and Muslim,
wouldn't have let
we
him get
would
away.
not be waiting to determine what his politics are like if he had a list of Democratic lawmakers.
He wouldn't be alive today. Let's be real.
Well, I'm glad they took him alive.
I am too. I hope he gets life in prison. I don't want him to have the death penalty because it'll keep him busy till he gets put to death. And I don't like that. I want him to just wallow.
Yes, Professor. Blame the victims indeed.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. I mean, it's like I was for the death penalty when I was younger because I was just totally gung-ho. But then I thought about it. Somebody had once mentioned that it keeps them busy until they die because they get to go to court constantly and go talk to their lawyers constantly. And that it does take 8 to 10 years for them to be put down, but they're busy the whole time. No,
Yeah.
I want them to wallow in prison.
Yeah.
I want them to die in prison.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe in the death penalty anymore, because I want them to suffer, and they will suffer a lot more if they're sitting in jail for 30 years as opposed to getting, being put to death in 8.
I think there's enough cases. Good night, good vibes.
Hey, good vibes.
I think there's enough cases where we've gotten it wrong that
Yeah.
engaging in the death penalty, Trump will pardon them. That's what I'm afraid of, Professor.
I think that's what everybody is afraid of.
I think that's what he thinks will happen.
The thing is, though, is that he could be mental.
Oh, I don't think so.
No. I mean that if Trump pardoned him, they could call him mental and then put him into a institution.
If Trump pardons him, they can bring the state charges and put him in a state institution.
But yeah, this is one of the places where mental is a good thing. Mental lockdown, because that's what Manson was for a long time, was mental lockdown, which is just prison hospital, and it's not that much different from prison.
But you have to be deemed not able. You have to be deemed as not functional, and I don't think they're going to find that this guy is not functional.
No, I said if they can't get him any other way, they'll get him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this guy will never see, free sunlight again. Or if he does, he'll see it for 12 hours until or literally transfer him from one set of arms to another set of arms.
Right.
So I'm sure
Right.
they're thinking of new and exciting ways of keeping him. So
In
that's just
Minnesota, at least.
it was just that whole thing. It took 2 days to get him. That was so weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that was.
Especially considering he got away at the scene and then he was leaving like a trail because, they find his hat and it wasn't thrown off because you can tell it was set next to the road.
Was very weird. I will be curious to see what all of the interrogations show.
Or not even that. I want to see what the Dems of the state are going to, flush out and tell people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree, Professor. We don't do that, right? We don't do that.
We don't do that, but our current administration does. The one run by
Yeah.
Stephen Miller.
I don't like even hearing that man's name.
Oh, you should say his name more because the one thing Trump doesn't like is people being held above him. That's why Elon had to go. So if it starts getting circulated that Stephen Miller is running the show,
Oh,
Trump will go, and get rid of him. So
that makes sense.
yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it now. I've like completely turned his name around in my mind. I usually never remember his name. I do now.
Yeah.
Because, he is running the show and Trump is just sitting there like a monkey.
Congress is trying to stop Trump on Iran.
We hit 2 weeks.
Yeah, but before that, they're trying to stop him. They're trying to come up with legislative bills that don't allow him to do anything, don't allow him to engage in war with Iran.
With Iran or with anybody?
With Iran.
Nothing like a president who tells people of another country to get out of their capital city, right? That was weird.
Yeah.
That was just bizarre when he's telling people to get out of Tehran. I'm like, huh?
How are they supposed to get out of Tehran? It's not like it's a small city.
9 million people? That's what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where are they going to go?
Right. They'll do like the people in Gaza are doing.
What are the people in Gaza doing?
Any port in a storm?
Oh, right. Yeah, it's like, didn't we learn from the first war with an I involved that it's ridiculous and move on? Iraq.
Hopefully they will actually fracture over this. Right? There's a lot of infighting going on right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. The little one and her buddies are having issues with it, which is good, but you know why they do that. They're anti-Semitic. That's why.
Any port in a storm. That doesn't mean I agree with them.
Oh yeah, no. I agree with them too. I'm just like, how do the media try to fix it so where they're not going to be saying things like that when they're out? The non-legacy media has the brains to figure out some kind of scrimmage. It's the legacy media, except for Lawrence last name, MSNBC.
Oh, O'Donnell.
Yeah.
It's a clip from Lawrence yesterday.
Scooter Mom sent a clip of Lawrence O'Donnell from yesterday, probably saying
Oh,
that probably about
Why can't I?
yeah, why can't I head the Federal Reserve myself? I
I
guess that was
heard
caught.
this.
Yeah, it was caught on a
I
mic.
heard this. I heard this. Yes, Professor. Who is the
Margie
little
Taylor
one
Greene.
and her buddies? Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah.
We don't
People in,
abbreviate her name.
people in Gaza are dying. That's all
Yes,
they're doing.
yes. To clean it out to become a resort.
Yeah.
Just saying those
Gross.
things are so weird.
It's gross. It's gross.
I haven't been watching them since we got rid of cable. I should start watching him again because he was my favorite. Because it felt like he was saying what I was thinking. So,
So, how about the good news?
what good news.
The protests on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, we had 3,000 people and we are only a town of 75,000.
That's excellent.
And the chief of.
Portland had a ton of people.
Do you have a number?
No, I do not. Just, I know it was a lot because we drove by along the river on the other side of the river
Mhm.
on the freeway,
Mhm.
and you could see everybody on the riverfront. It was like 9 blocks
Awesome.
of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trump's parade.
You mean where you could hear the squeaky tanks?
It was so sad. It was, I mean,
Go
it
ahead.
was so sad. I heard somebody say, the idea of a military parade showcasing all the different eras of the military is actually kind of a rad idea. It's not the worst idea on the planet.
It was actually approved last year. There was going to be a real cool cosplay parade going on. Trump just took it and ran. So he absconded it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The permit had been approved a year ago.
Okay.
So it was really a military parade of their anniversary, but it was not a military parade to like play for the boss. So that's why. Awesome, Kakan. That's why they were out of step. That's why the lines were imperfect. That's why, oh my God, the color guard.
Malicious compliance.
Yes, the color guard, the ones holding the flags at the beginning of the parade, were out of step. Do you know how hard it is for a color guard to be out of step? That was on purpose.
Pardon me.
And there was one fatality.
And there was one fatality?
Afterwards, when they were loading a tank onto a truck or something happened and it ran over a pedestrian.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Dead serious. I know. When I saw it last night, I was like, I waited for it, and no, it was serious. I don't know. You really expect the legacy media to say anything about that? Think you're muted.
I did. I muted for a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
I had no idea. That's insane.
Yeah, $45 million. One passed on pedestrian. The crowd, somebody said that the crowd looked like a normal DC crowd for a summer. So they were probably just tourists there. Yeah.
Darn.
I know. But he
His
looked like he was,
parade, his parade didn't go off very well. That's really too bad.
it made me smile from ear to ear. Just when I saw they were out of cadence, I'm like, oh, they don't want to be here.
Yeah, they don't want to be here.
Yeah. And they looked like they were walking. That was also the
Yes,
weird
it
thing.
did. It looked like they were walking.
And they were supposed to be marching.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It looked like they were walking.
yeah. So somebody had a, oh God, I can't remember what was it, Foxtrot Tango Trump, which is basically F you. Yeah, I saw a person in probably a polo and khakis that might have said what branch of the army they were on top of a tank, like just going for a ride. I was like, no, this is a big F you to Trump. It was really fun.
The Fed won't cut rates.
No, we've got actually a legitimate guy in the Fed.
Yes.
And he said from the get-go, he said he's been saying this now for a year. Well, ever since Trump was in, but I think even when he was like uh, running, that the guy went, no, it's not going to happen. Do you know what, Kakan? I marched better than that. I was in color guard in ROTC in school, okay? And I marched better than that. And you know what? You don't even think about it. So they purposely made it look gross.
They did. They did it. They sure did.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why that's why that's why we got that sound clip that Scooter Mom sent you of Trump asking if he could appoint himself because the Fed chief won't cut the rates.
He won't step down.
That too.
Yeah, he wanted him to step down when he said he wouldn't cut the rates, and the guy's like, catch me, you can't. So neener.
Too bad, so sad.
That's why we had Greenspan for all those years. Jesus.
Yeah.
Um,
So the Senate bill
which
is
one?
worse on Medicaid, the budget bill is worse on Medicaid than the House bill. It's so bad that it could force hospitals to close, which is going to result in even people not on Medicaid.
Yeah. Was it? Oh God, they used to have a name for it, like casualty zones or something, where there weren't enough hospitals and people would die. So
Yeah.
and Dr. Oz was on today telling people that they need to work for their Medicare or Medicaid, that they should be a productive member of society or they're not going to get it. How can they do that?
Well, Trump also said today that there's too many federal holidays. Too many paid federal holidays. Too many days not working for money.
Even though he's complaining that he hasn't been golfing in 3 weeks.
Right.
Which, thank God, there's not a golf. He doesn't have a golf course in his backyard. We'd never see him. Too many federal holidays. That's interesting. We've cut them down by 4 in the past 20 years. So, it's not like he works anyway. Stephen Miller does. Trump just watches while Stephen Miller runs the country.
Oz sounds like a Scientology ethics officer. Hilarious professor.
And Professor, I'm sure I have a scanned picture of me in color guard when I was in high school because I have an 8x10 of it, and I'll show you guys one of these days.
Oh, good. The ABA is suing Trump.
ABA.
The American Bar Association.
Why? Because he's making lawyers work for free? Yep. Oh, wow. Ethics. He doesn't understand ethics.
Yep, that it's unconstitutional.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
But I thought
Yeah.
we didn't pay attention to the Constitution anymore since we're not doing habeas corpus.
We're not doing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
How about assaulting who was it? The New York mayoral candidate?
I didn't see, I heard about it, but I didn't catch it without scrolling somewhere else. What happened?
He was escorting an immigrant in the courthouse. He had just met this man, and ICE came in and tried to take him away. And the mayoral candidate wouldn't let go of him. So they took the mayoral candidate and put him in handcuffs while he's saying, "You cannot arrest United States citizens. You cannot arrest United States citizen. You cannot arrest a United States citizen. I'm not doing anything wrong." Yeah.
Oh, can you not arrest United States citizens if you're ICE?
No.
Ooh. You know, that may give us an idea of escorting.
Well, but they did.
Well, they
like-
did, yeah. But if you keep showing it or you keep letting people know it's happening, one mayoral candidate who is now going to be mayor is something, but more of the nonviolent resistance.
More of the nonviolent resistance. So I watched. Oh, let's talk about this thing first, though. Two things. One is a good thing. Yesterday,
Mhm.
the Oregon House of Representatives held a drag show and approved a resolution 34-9 that recognized the role that Black drag artists have played in Portland in Oregon's LGBTQ history dating back to 1958. There's your piece of good news.
That's my Oregon. Come out with
And
the
then,
weirdest
and
thing.
then we got the Supreme Court ruling on trans kids in Tennessee.
Oh God, what's that?
No, that
No
they
trans
that
kids.
they're that the law prohibiting hormone blockers
Oh,
is allowed to stand.
till they're 18.
Till they're 18.
Ugh. I don't like it before 16, but from 16 to 18, I think they can make their own minds.
I think that this is an individual decision between a family, their child, and the doctor. And I think we need to get the hell out.
Well, I think we need to get the hell out too, because yeah,
It's
I don't like any of it. It's like it's none of their business.
right. Right. Do not get in between me and the healthcare decisions I'm making for my child. Fuck you.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's my child.
Mm-hmm.
I will make the
And
proper healthcare decisions for them. Thank you very much.
yes, and you will not psychologically mess up my child just because your law says so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Scooter Mom. I know. But I was thinking if the government has to be involved in it,
I did watch a really exceptional interview Ezra Klein interviewed
Heather Klein interview.
Sarah McBride. Sarah
Oh, okay.
McBride. And about why the left lost the trans
Argument?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard when they're being, yes, I know, Kakan, but we are talking about the country now instead of Scientology.
There is a difference between child abuse.
Yes.
There is a difference between child abuse and in consultation with your family doctor.
Bingo. The whole trans thing too, it's like what 0.00001%.
It's like it's more than that.
But still, it's a dog whistle for people who are afraid of everything in their planet.
It is.
Because it's like I always say, number one, you don't know who is trans and who is not trans. There are a lot more trans people than you think. Because, not everybody is a drag queen who's trans because that's all they think about. And why are they thinking so much about it? They are sort of obsessing.
I don't know. I think Sarah had some good things to say. She pointed out that, with gay folks, at least there's a frame of reference for people to understand what it's like to desire somebody, right? But there's no real frame of reference for what it's like to have gender dysphoria. People who are cisgendered don't have any frame of reference for that. So it's really hard to explain to people.
It'll take about 10 years and it'll get better. I mean, look how long
it'll take time. Yes. And she said that. She said, look, we don't want to make compromises.
Right.
There was the Civil Rights Act of 1950. There was the Civil Rights Act of 1958. There was the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I'm getting these dates wrong. There was the Civil Rights Act of 1968. There was the Civil Rights Act. I mean, and all the others we've had since then. So we don't have to do it all in one swell swoop.
Right. No, and I also think it's like, why is transgender, sometimes I wonder, why is transgender piled with gay, lesbian? Because, like you said, it's a psychological condition that should be separate than I like girls. You know what I mean?
It's separate from sexuality. Yes. It shouldn't necessarily be mixed in.
Yeah. I mean, I know
LGBTQ.
I know why it's being that, but from the get-go, I was like, that's separate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is different. It is different because you're talking about gender. Right. I mean, I've got friends who are transgender and gay.
Yeah, and I've got friends who are transgender and not gay.
Yes, and people are like, I don't understand. Yes, because it involves body parts. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes, Professor, I understand exactly what you mean. It is a fine line, isn't it? How do you legislate what needs to be done with children?
Well, the whole drag queen thing too, you don't have to be gay to be a drag queen. You don't.
No. But if you're... See, it gets confusing for people because if you're transgender and you're gay, then why don't you just be not transgender, right? People are like...
That I don't understand. Why does that even come into question if you're transgender and gay, if you're transgender and not gay? That shouldn't even be involved in it. See, that's where you know.
Because gender is different than sexuality, right?
See, that's how you can tell I grew up here because it's different for me.
Yes.
So, because that's the way I was brought up.
So, I watched this interview with Sarah McBride. And then I also watched Trevor Noah interview Jon Stewart.
Ooh, that must have been interesting.
And both of these conversations were basically about how to win.
How to win what? I know. What is it?
No, we heard you, Professor. It's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah.
How to win, how Democrats win. Talking about politics. Politics is a process. Politics is like a team sport.
I know, but they're not doing politics. They're doing mind fucking.
Well, yes, but we still need to win the politics.
Yeah. We're just not as
right?
good at the mind messing up that they are.
Did you know that Vance Belter is in a cult?
Who?
The assassin from Saturday Morning.
He's in a cult?
Yep.
What cult?
It's called the New Apostolic Reformation. Adams even mentioned it before.
Is that what he was doing the translation for?
I don't know.
You haven't seen that one? It has him on a stage translating someone who's speaking, I think, Dominican French. And he's translating for her, doing the God thing.
Yeah, he was New Apostolic Reformation. They believe in actual
possession?
No. Prophets.
Ooh.
So you can get messages directly from God. Yeah, they've been around for 30 years or so. Let me see if I can get a...
The NAR movement.
Yep. Loosely organized for the influential Christian movement that emerged in the late 20th century, about 30 years, primarily within charismatic and Pentecostal circles. It emphasizes the restoration of the fivefold ministry: apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers, and believes that modern day apostles and prophets are being raised up to lead the church and usher in God's kingdom on earth.
That's exactly what Project 2025 is about.
Yep.
So I wonder if he was a plant.
A what?
Plant by these people through maybe some other political people. This could go to the government if anybody paid attention to it.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when you're a fringe of the Christian right, that's messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of messed up.
Totally.
So that's the interesting thing.
Ugh.
The two interviews really made me think about, like you were talking about, growing up in San Francisco, your socialization included trans people.
Right? Socialization
includes normal.
Everybody, right.
Right. That's normal for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get people, I mean, I'm going to compare people to dogs right now because it really makes a whole lot of sense if you think about it with dogs.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a dog who is losing their mind over something they oughtn't be losing their mind over, It's one of two things. It's either they weren't socialized properly not to lose their mind over that thing, or it's that they were traumatized by that thing. Right?
Right.
So we've got a lot of people who haven't been socialized into dealing with trans folks. We spent a lot of time socializing people into how to deal with gay folks.
Which I still don't understand. I'm so used to, I mean, I've been around it my whole life.
Right.
You can't avoid the gay in the Bay Area, period. Somebody's family member is gay.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, it was like me explaining it to that person 2 days ago about homophobia was, it doesn't need to happen
Right.
because you're sort of doing it yourself. And, that and being able to say when he said, men say things to me, it's like, welcome to the female gender.
Right.
When he said that, I was like, dude, I've been going through that since I was 13 years old. I went through puberty. People have been yelling out cars ever since. And it
Mhm.
was like, oh, that bothers you. Now, think about what the whole, female gender feels like.
Exactly.
And it also doesn't mean
Exactly.
that every one of those guys really wants to do anything with me. Those guys just want to be buttheads.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that live, Scooter Mom. He
Ah.
not only did he do a special live, it was either yesterday or today, he had an interview with a man who was the college roommate of the shooter. Let me see if I can find it real
Also,
quick.
remember the guy who was his housemate was saying that
Yes.
he was never a right or left winger ever.
Right. Well, this guy who was his college roommate basically said he was a normal guy and became a radical religious zealot in college.
It's usually where it happens too.
Yeah.
Why? Why in college?
That's the one. Scooter Mom, that link is the one to Hassan's video interviewing his college roommate.
I've listening to one of his books, or maybe it's on my Amazon, The Cult of Trump. I have that one.
Yeah, we read that one for book club.
Oh, really? I think I've had it before that.
Okay.
Only because it had the word
Yeah,
cult in it.
I've got to sit down and read the Bringing Us Together book.
The I
I've been
Wish on a Star book. Sorry.
We've got to grow our team. And the way you grow a team is not by telling people when they come to say, I want to play on your team. You don't say, fuck you, go play for the other team.
No, but you want them to know at least the rules, right?
But you don't say, fuck you, go play for the other team.
Oh, of
You
course
say,
not.
great, come play on my team. And then if you're on a team and somebody makes a shot and misses, you don't say, fuck you, go play for the other team.
I'm not saying fuck you. I'm saying you're on a rainbow that people have been trying to do now for 40 years. And those who don't want to listen won't.
I think, well, we'll see what the book says.
This is definitely where
it is Christian right. The Christian right folks just won't claim it, but it's definitely I mean, the Christian folks, let's see. The guy who was being interviewed is a Christian, and he was insisting that it's not Christian. It's a cult.
Yeah, but
it's a Christian
it's
cult.
a Christian cult. Yes.
Yes. As a Christian, I am telling you it's a Christian cult.
I just read it.
Yeah. When you saw Trump coming down the escalator, it immediately made you think of Hubbard. Yeah, I've never liked the man. Not
Weirdly
ever.
enough, lately, the orange balloon is reminding me of Elvis. I don't know why. Seriously, I'm not even joking. That's the thing. It's like I looked at the TV once, sometime earlier this week, and I was like, holy crap, that's the orange balloon. And I thought it was Elvis.
Wow.
I know. It's like, am I really projecting that on him or what?
Maybe he'll die on the toilet.
Which one? Both of them? You know who I mean is Elvis.
Yes.
We can only hope. And that's the horrible thing, that the orange balloon's the only one I've ever thought of that in my whole life. That Papa Cat tells me every morning he's still alive. In the bucket.
Well, I'm still not convinced we're better off with Vance, but
He's a bloomin' idiot.
so is Trump a bloomin' idiot.
Yeah, but Vance is young enough not to be. He's purposely an idiot. His isn't dementia. His is stupidity.
Yeah. Although he was the darling, he was the darling of the left for a little while.
Not very long. But then again, Peter Thiel, a self-hating gay man. Oh, that's really bright, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what do you think is going to happen if they take over? Your ass is against the wall, dude. Don't you realize that?
We had that happen already once in history. A gay man supported a murderous dictator. If I recall correctly, it didn't end so well for that particular gay man. As the story goes, if I recall correctly.
Which one are we talking about?
One of the mustache man's lieutenants.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, a man who likes to wear eyeliner in public, and he doesn't even wear it well. If he could pull it off, that'd be one thing, but the smoky eye, it's like, dude, you're not even using a good eyeliner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not the brightest bulb on the planet. I guess they just figure if they get him into the presidency that people like Thiel can take over. Ain't gonna work that way either.
I don't think he can wrangle folks as well.
Well, I think that if it happened, unless it was legitimate, like orange balloon passing on, that it'll explode the nation. We've proven that we can get the last thing I heard, 7 million people out in the street.
Yeah. They're gonna. I wonder when the next 4th of July. Next one will be 4th of July.
Really?
I don't know. It should be.
That one's going to be hard to do because that's a family thing, and everybody's trying to understand why people on the other side are on the other side.
So that's my list. We're at an hour.
Let me see. We've done the immigration thing. I've done hang out in front of the immigration office. The Trump phone. We haven't done the Trump phone.
Oh my God. Is it just a gold phone?
That's made in China.
Of course it's made in China. I heard them talking all about how they plan to get the manufacturing stateside. I'm like, seriously? That's going to take you 10 years to get the manufacturing stateside.
Uh-huh. Also, was it a friend of mine said that it was oh God, he said it was T-Mobile they were doing it off of, but it's only going to be one of the three of them anyway because it's just, it's just contracted space.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I saw it today. It's disgusting.
I haven't seen it. Maybe I should look it up. Maybe we should show our audience a picture.
Yes, it looks very 80s.
$499.
What? Oh, wow.
Let's see. Do we have a picture? We don't have a picture.
There's no picture?
Let me.
There has to be one. Yeah, it's $47 a month. Somebody was asking this morning, why are they so obsessed with numbers? None of them can do math. I don't know why they keep getting obsessed with numbers. Yeah, you want to see how awful public schools are? Look at them. Oh, that's what I was also thinking of. You know what the thing is with California? We've got Medi-Cal. So we're pretty much still covered as seniors.
Oh my God.
I know, isn't it hideous?
Oh my God. Okay. Let me find you. There you be. There you are.
Jesse Dollamore says it's 169 from Amazon. I guess it's
Let's
probably
see. Is it showing yet?
No.
We'll see
Yes.
if it. We'll see if it cooperates.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start paying for Prism, so maybe we can get things better soon. July 7th is when they finally go monetized.
Restream is not going to cooperate, I don't think. Oh, well, we can fix that, Scooter Mom.
A wrench. Give her a wrench.
For crying out loud.
Like, that's hard to do.
It'll take me a minute to get to the screen.
I can always do it the hard way. Oh, why did it say review? That's why I was wondering. I want pictures. Pictures.
Well, I'm not even a mod. You have to do it.
Papa Cat.
Papa Cat has to do it.
You should be a mod.
I'm not even a mod.
Make me a mod. I thought all of you guys were mods.
I know you weren't asking for one. We're going to give you one.
On Oldtifa. I thought they were all mods.
Okay, now we have to figure out how you're going to stay live with Papa Cat.
I won't. I think my brain is hurt enough for today.
Okay.
No, but I thought I made you, Cricket, and Fuzz mods of Oldtifa.
I don't think I'm a mod. Nope. I am not.
Well, he's fixing that right now. It's like there is not a static freaking picture of it. It's under, somebody has it under one video or another.
Well,
there you
I've got a static picture. I am not. I see that. Yep. That's it. It's ugly.
It's gold. It's freaking gold. You know, when we get the White House back, is it going to have a golden toilet? I bet it will. Considering he's putting huge flags out front.
I need to make your bracelet tomorrow.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I thought I was the one that was already there.
No, I haven't made them. I've been doing nothing. I've been reveling in the glory of having nothing.
I'm surprised it hasn't given you an anxiety attack yet.
No, it just feels weird. What did he do with Hillary's portrait, Scooter?
Oh God,
Mom?
what is he did? Oh, I know Obama's in the basement.
It's
God.
just, the whole thing is ugly.
God, yeah. Now I'm looking it up.
I wonder. Look at that.
What?
It says I'm a moderator.
Good. Are you ultimate mod?
Oh!
What?
That's weird.
So how did they get the picture of this? Scooter Mom. I see the picture right here. There's Hillary's picture has been replaced with some graphic goofiness of his face with a flag.
His face over the U.S. flag.
Mm-hmm. And about the size of the portraits without the frame.
It is some crazy fever dream.
You know, it's
drug-addled fever dream.
Well, the thing is, it's like you always say men are going to be like this when they get older. Men are never going to change. They're going to be, he is proving every single freaking stereotype on the planet Earth for, you know, rich white men.
Yes.
This is what they're all thinking underneath it. It's so creepy.
It is very creepy.
Yeah, that's the thing I think that bothers me the most. It's just creepy.
Now I should be a mod.
Yeah, no, that was us. Me and
I
Kay.
did that.
You heard?
I figured it out.
But do you have your mic on? Nope.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm trying to find
He is
the
a
next
petty child.
the next oh, they're probably not going to announce it until they're closer.
Which?
I looked on No Kings for the next protest and they're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a debrief call on last Monday or this Monday. but it doesn't say anything else about when the next one is. So,
Okay.
because 4th of July seems to be a little too complicated.
Oh, I would do it on the 4th of July.
I mean, I would anyway, but there are,
People are out anyhow, but yeah.
people are also getting drunk and stupid on 4th of July.
That's true.
Yeah. It's like,
That's true.
I've lived my life with 4th of July picnics, and yeah, I'd rather have the day after, the weekend after, maybe, or something like that, because I don't need a bunch of drunk idiots on the road, and
Yeah, and it's
firecrackers.
nice this year. The 4th is on a Friday. It's always nice when it's on a weekend.
And then hopefully they'll do it on the 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds just better. We celebrate being Americans, so we rape and pillage
Right.
with permission.
Yeah, and the 4th of July is coming up rather quickly. It's the weekend
Yeah, is
after
it a
that.
cherry bomb up your skirt, or you're just excited to see me?
Yeah, there you go.
And you should know, you live in a big city. I have Oakland and San Francisco next to me. That's when the M1000s come out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. We are in unincorporated Washington County, so yes.
yeah,
I had to. I've already gone on about this. Our neighbor who plays the music that
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, 4th of July would be fun for you, not.
Yeah.
At least I know what to
Okay.
expect. Okay, yep, I'm done.
I think I'm done. It's an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I got over everything, so
Yep, I got over everything too.
then
Last week was a much more full week that I missed.
Yeah, but it was weird not having you there. I love Papa Cat, but it's better when you and I can go from Trump's ice department to what color was that purse you were wearing?
Yeah, speaking of which, did I tell you that I got from the In Beauty people, I got a mystery box? I did, because I talked about it yesterday on my
Talked
live.
about it yesterday, yeah. And like I said,
Yeah.
I have 3 more Elemis jars to go through. I found them downstairs.
Okay.
Okay, we're done.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.